of time, and I did give them the question ahead of time. I asked them, I suspect that if you ask a lot of young people about a wide range of issues, regardless of where they sit ideologically, they would say, yeah, I'm very concerned about the economy, I'm very concerned about foreign policy, I'm very concerned about this or that or the other. But a lot of them feel as if their involvement would not make a difference. It's not worth their time. And in fact, they're discouraged, but feel disempowered. You know, social studies, civic education, one of the things that I learned when I was organizing, and this is true for, I think, a lot of young would-be do-gooders. You know, you show up in a neighborhood and your initial instinct is to tell people what they should be interested in, instead of spending the first 6 months listening and finding out what they actually are interested in. Get young people more involved and engaged and discover.
Civic engagement at some point will require a level of civility, I think. There's a lot of problems with our politics.
That's great.
You know, there's a lot of problems with our politics that begin at home. I think we blame intransigent politicians a lot for the failure of each of us to grasp each other well. I mean, so your mentor when you were a new senator, Dick Lugar.
Great guy.
Yeah,
love that guy.
And ultimately lost his primary for that reason.
Because he talked to me.
Yeah, because people couldn't stand to see their member, you know, bridge a gap on a human level.
As you can see, we have an extraordinary group here.
You know, if the country's a ship and politicians are sailors, maybe the boat moves like a degree either way, but I think the lack of results stems from a lack of us understanding each other well. Mm-hmm. I think, you know, Marco Rubio said it pretty well a couple months ago that you can't really run a country when half of it hates the other. And somehow we're going to have to find ways to bridge that and to meet people who aren't like us.
Fun, or if it wasn't fun, then it was worth it. And that the internet in some ways has accelerated this sense of people having entirely separate conversations. And if this generation is getting all of its information through its phones, that you really don't have to confront people who have a different opinion or have a different experience or a different outlook. I guess you're the other guy who's run for office.
The oldest.
Well, I wasn't going to say you're the oldest, but I was going to say you're the... Just a tip for you young people. Listening to understand rather than listening to respond. That will save you a lot of heartache and grief. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Just a little tip there. They think discourages voting, participation, paying attention to some of the issues.